When thinking about what I've learned this year, one thing has stuck out as being especially helpful, and that is the use of Rasa boxes. Through Rasa boxes, I've learned many different styles of acting rather than the one I've resorted back to most times, which is comedy. While comedy is difficult to master and fun and entertaining to use, it's not always the best choice for every situation. The 9 different rasas, love, vigor, anger, surprise, sadness, fear, laughter, disgust, and peace, have all taught me something different and something new that I can use every day in my acting. The 2 most important rasas I learned to conquer this year were sadness and anger. Sadness and anger both contradict laughter and were difficult for me to understand. My first few attempts at the rasas were difficult and awkward, not knowing how to approach them. But after we were taught that the rasa comes from inside you and not what's around you, it was a lot easier to pick up. When finding an emotion inside you and using it in the rasa, it becomes a lot easier to comprehend and a lot easier to play. The rasas helped me a great deal by preparing for my role as Pickering and Pygmalion in this spring play. Pickering, while being a somewhat comedic role, also had very serious parts in the play. He is the only one who really cared about Eliza as a person rather than as an object. Pickering is my first role and I really needed to be serious. As you know, you casted me as mostly comedic parts, which I'm comfortable with. I was both nervous yet excited when stepping out of my comfort zone to play this role. Not only was I out of my comfort zone from not having a comedic role, but I also wasn't used to the amount of lines I had in this play. It was a lot to memorize, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy for me to tackle. I have trouble with Big Julie, Pride and Prejudice, most anything it comes down to the wire with me. And because of this, I knew I had to start memorization early. What it came down to in the end was pretty simple memorizations of Acts 1, 3, and 4. My real troubles were with Acts 2 and 5. In Acts 2 and 5, I had a lot of lines, and I had them very often, which made it hard for me to focus and be able to get those lines down. I was shaky on those acts up through the soft opening. I had never done it perfectly until opening night, and I was nervous. I've never been that nervous for performance. When I got out on stage opening night, seeing the fans, the crowd, it came natural. I figured everything out, and everything fell into place. Throughout this year in theater class, I've learned many things from you, Miss Kinnison, and the most important thing I can take is draw from what's inside you. The emotions you have are what help you become the character that you're trying to play. Throughout our lives, we all experience a little bit of everything, and that little bit of everything is kept inside. And when you need it on stage, you can find it, and it can change your performance from average to a middle school production to good for a middle school production to good for a high school production to a great production.